Can't visit loved ones, no weddings, funerals, and such. This nasty virus has got us in its clutch. Well, spring is springing and the grass is still green. The streets are empty, it's an apocalyptic scene, and it's all because something we can't see. Yes, it's all because, and it makes me wanna scream. COVID-19. Families, they don't feel whole, with the fear of death deep in their soul. Young people feel this ain't no big thing. They just want to celebrate spring. Well, spring is springing, the grass is still green. The streets are empty, it's an apocalyptic scene, and it's all because something we can't see. Yes, it's all because, and it makes me wanna scream. COVID-19. Get up every morning, watch the body count. It's a morbid warning, stay in and don't go out. People buying guns just to protect their stash. Hoarding toilet paper and 95 masks. Well, spring is springing and the grass is still green. The streets are empty, it's an apocalyptic scene. It's all because something we can't see. Yes, it's all because, and it makes me want to scream. COVID-19. Jay here for Jay's Journey. Happy Easter, everybody, and Passover to my Jewish brothers and sisters. That was my song, COVID-19, and not a very nice song, really, but it's been therapy for me. I spent a lot of hours recording it. Wish I could do a few tracks over. Might do that at some point. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't posted any YouTube videos in about 3 weeks. And that's because we've been quarantined here. And to be honest with you, I haven't been mentally handling this great. And, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I haven't felt motivated. I didn't know what to say. I mean, what can you say? We're all feeling the same feelings and experiencing a lot of the same things. I know we're going to get through it. You know, I mean, this is a very, trying time for everybody in this country. And this being, for us, usually a celebration of new life and resurrection and spring. It's kind of covered with this dark cloud of sickness and death. But there's always hope. And tomorrow, or today actually, by the time you see this, it's Easter. And we are going to celebrate here with my wife and my daughter, just the three of us. We're going to go watch Mass on TV, and we're going to have a nice Easter dinner, just the three of us. It's supposed to be bad weather here. It was nice today. It's been beautiful few days. I've been worried about, business and things, but so far, it's been working out just in the nick of time. I've been getting some exterior jobs where we can practice physical distancing, and I'm also doing a commercial job, which is an essential service. It's a homeless shelter for families that's being remodeled, and my company is the painting company on it. It's for a nonprofit organization. However, it's a paid contract for us to go in there and do it. It's kind of a quasi-municipality government-funded job. And I hired a couple of guys that are going to start next week on it. And we had to go over, I've had to rethink everything. We've got to put in our safety plan now, new rules about physical distancing, wearing extra PPE, masks and rubber gloves, and washing your hands on site. It's just a lot of things to think about. And even when you go for a walk, here where I live in the Denver metro area, it's a fairly densely populated area. And when we went down to the park, a couple weeks ago, it was a beautiful day, maybe not a couple weeks, a week ago or whatever, I took Cheyenne out and I said, let's go for a walk, and we went for about a 2-mile walk around the park. But the park was so busy, it was almost difficult to distance from people, and runners were going by and panting on the trail, and you had to jump off the trail to get away from them. It was kind of scary, so we decided we'd start taking walks down side streets that weren't as densely populated. But even at that, you'd see mobs of kids going down to the park with basketballs and footballs, and a lot of, and the people. I have to go to the paint stores and the Home Depot and the home improvement stores to get materials for the construction jobs that I'm doing, the painting jobs that I'm doing. And Sherwin-Williams out here, they just do curbside service, so you have to call your order in,
pull up to the curb and they'll bring it out for you, or they'll deliver it to your job site. But you're not allowed in the stores. Other independent dealers, some of them, are still having people come in their stores. And it's supposed to be for contractors who are performing essential painting services, either commercial work or whatever. But so many people it's mind-boggling how many people are using this like a vacation to fix up their homes. One of my painters said they went to Home Depot on a Sunday and they spent an hour and a half in the line because they're only allowing so many people into the store at a time. But the line was all the way out the parking lot because everybody was 6 feet apart, and they spent an hour and a half waiting to get into the store. So it's kind of a crazy time, and I just discovered this week I can order my groceries for delivery, and the charge is only $9.95 from the grocery store. So we got kind of low because we've already been hunkered down for about 3 weeks, and now we got another 3 weeks to go till the end of this. So 2 or 3 weeks anyway. So we ordered them delivered, and the guy put them on the porch. It's called a no contact delivery. The guy put them on the porch. I said, thank you very much. We do the tip on the app, on the internet. And after he leaves, I go out there with cleaner, rubber gloves and everything, and we wash each little piece of bag of groceries or whatever off and squirt it down, let it air dry for a while, and then we bring them into the house and put them away in the pantry. It's crazy just to think about this, how contagious this thing is. So my life, it's been hard for me because I didn't know what to say for content. I just haven't been feeling it. I've just been kind of, watching this thing get kind of worse and worse as it went along, during the time from the time they canceled school, which was March 15th. Well, I was sick in February. So I may have even had it. I don't know. The doctors wouldn't test me. They just said, you got the flu, go home. But it was the end last week in February, like the 24th or 25th of February, I was on my back. I was so sick. I was on my back for probably 3 or 4 days. And I actually thought about one of the nights going to the hospital, but I didn't have the energy to get up off the couch and say to anybody, take me to the hospital, or even go to the hospital. And whatever I had went through my family and went through my oldest daughter's family, their kids. And my oldest daughter is just now finally getting over the cough part of this, all from the end of February. I did go see the doctor that first week in March when I was well enough to get up off the couch and felt well enough. I had a horrible cough, horrible. I went to the doctor. But anyway, so since all of that time, I've been staying home. I only go to jobs outside where it's necessary for me to meet with the homeowner or meet with my painter, bring supplies to the painters. If I have 2 painters working, I make sure they stay distant from each other. I'm telling them all to wear masks. We're trying to stay safe. Anyway, it's really bizarre. And not that I hate staying home so much, but there's the fear aspect of that in there, that if you do go out, are you going to touch something that has the virus on it? Are you going to walk by somebody who's breathing it out on you? And people are acting strange sometimes out there. There's the physical distancing or social distancing Nazis that I've seen at the when I did go to the grocery store once during this whole time. I saw some people reacting strangely, yelling at other people, angry, competing for items in the store, while somebody's just hoarding or taking more than what they need. But then there's the great things you see too. People helping each other on our Next Door app that we have. People are volunteering to bring elderly people groceries to help each other. The only thing is I haven't had a haircut in a while. Going back to my hippie days here. And I'm glad I'm doing this now because I'm going to do an experiment with the clippers on myself. And and I have no idea what it's going to turn out like. So, yeah, kind of couldn't. I shaved my beard. I had a big old beard too. I shaved that off. A couple of reasons was I couldn't get the mask over everything that I was wearing. But I was going to do Santa Claus next year. I was going to go to Santa school. I played Santa Claus at Christmas time. I don't know if people remember that video. And I was growing my beard out really full and thick. And I was going to go to Santa Claus school in the summer. Well, with this all going on, I thought, I don't think they're going to be having like Santa Clauses in malls in the fall if there's some kind of resurgence of this virus or if it's still lingering around. They're not going to have little kids sitting on Santa's lap in big long lines of kids and parents and that kind of thing. So I thought, that's probably not a good plan this year. Maybe in a couple of years and this thing passes and they get a vaccine put together or, some kind of treatment or therapy for it. Anyway, so I shaved it off and just do a goatee and looking forward to maybe a day when I can get my hair cut again. Other than that, everybody's in good health here. We have food. I was able to pay my April bills and just taking it 1 month at a time, 1 day at a time as things come in. And I just trust in the Lord, and I think, so far, He's been taking care of me. So we get what we need when we need it. So I know people that are very less fortunate. My daughter's having a really hard time because they've had some plumbing problems in their house during this whole thing, and it's kind of hard because you can't really go anywhere. So keep good thoughts in your minds for them and for all the people who are suffering. My heart goes out. Like I say, during this time, I just really haven't known what to say. I want to say something uplifting and, motivational and inspiring. And usually that's what my channel tries to be about, is positive thinking and inspiration and go for your dreams and that kind of thing. It was hard for me to feel it for a couple of weeks. And it was hard to get the motivation. I found myself kind of laying around a lot, and I did do a lot of paperwork and stuff and caught up on some things, but anyway. So, in this episode of Jay's Journey, I just want to say Happy Easter to everybody, Passover, any other celebrations, springtime celebrations people may be, celebrating. I hope that you have a good 2 more weeks of this quarantine. Hopefully you're getting what you need when you need it. I don't have a lot of faith in some of these government money programs. They're kind of clumsy at best, getting it out to people. But who knows? Maybe it'll come through, and maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll be over the hump on all of this. It's kind of looking good. Some of the numbers are starting to look good, and I want to thank all of you who are participating in this distancing and the washing of the hands and the keeping each other safe. Me taking care of you, you taking care of me, and we'll get through it together. That's the way this is supposed to work. We're Americans. We're great. We're strong. We've been through a lot worse. And I know we can make it. We can get through this. And we'll come out well on the other side. So keep tuning in. I'll try to get some more content and maybe, share some other more relevant things, knowledgeable things, maybe musical things. Maybe I'll show some tips or something that I might be able to share with everybody. That would be interesting. So for now, I just want to say have a great Easter and God bless you all.